Hello everyone, and welcome to Noodle Journey, your destination for detailed and informative reviews of the instant noodle universe. Today's review is yet another in a long line of shin-style soups. This is Paldo Ramyun. Before we get started, please remember to like, share, and subscribe if you enjoy this content. So yeah, working through the pile of Korean noodles that have been sitting in my pantry for a little while, I decided it was time to go for this one. Every once in a while, I see someone on Reddit raving about how this is a good alternative to shin, and I figured it was long overdue that I review it. Now, I honestly can't find what the word hwa translates to from Korean, or if I'm actually saying it correctly. I hope I am. If someone can help with that, please comment. But either way, this appears to be another Korean red chili soup entry in Paldo's product line. I can't say for sure what differentiates it from their other flavors like namja or flamed beef, so let's just jump into this and find out together. And as with most Paldo products exported to the US, you can buy this from online sites like YummyBuy as a bowl or a multi-pack, or you can find it at your local Asian grocery store or on Amazon, of course, although expect to pay more because it's usually a third-party seller. Like so many Paldo products before it, this is pretty high in sodium, 1,870 milligrams, or 81% of your daily allowance. So inside the pack, we have a square block of Paldo's usually flavorful noodles. We've got a powdered soup base, and we've got a vegetable flake packet. The soup powder isn't anything we haven't seen before. It's your usual combo of soy, MSG, chili, garlic, ginger. You know the drill by now if you like this kind of soup. But this does have kimchi powder in it, so that's a little new. Maybe it'll have a little fermented kick to it. In the vegetable flakes, we've got carrot, green onion, bok choy, mushroom, red pepper, and soy protein, meaning a textured meat substitute. The ingredients here do not appear to me to contain any animal products, but please check to make sure. I remember seeing an older Amazon review for this in which someone was freaking out over the soy protein, thinking it was like some kind of fish cake. And don't be that person, because the ingredients label is pretty clear. There is no fish cake in this. So I will go cook this, and I will be right back. All right, and this is what it looks like when it's done. Lots of noodles. Some of the broth may have gotten absorbed because I had some technical difficulties between pouring the bowl and starting to talk right now. One thing I'd like to point out, look at the color of the broth and look at the color of the broth on the package. These two things are not the same. The package makes it look like a very red pepper forward broth, whereas what you're actually getting here looks much closer to artificial beef. Not a major complaint. Hopefully it tastes good, but if you're buying it based on what it looks like on the package, you may feel swindled. All right, as far as aromas, just a pretty generic shin-style smell, which is to say soy and mushroom. But I do love the thickness of these Paldo noodles, so that may make all the difference here in what sets this apart from other varieties that are very similar. Let me give this a taste. This is a piece of soy protein that somebody thought was a fish cake. Okay? All right, I'll start with the noodles. Awesome. I love Paldo noodles because they are thick and chewy, and they plump up really well when they cook. My favorite of the 4 major Korean manufacturers, so I'm going to give the noodles a 9 out of 10. As far as the spice level, it's not nuts. I think it's about on par with Shin Black. Reasonably medium spice, not crazy. For all of the chili pepper signage on the package that makes it look like this is a super spicy soup, it's just very, very medium, which is fine. So I'm going to score it at a 5 out of 10 for spiciness. And so now the overall flavor, it's pretty good. but it is a pretty basic soy and mushroom flavor going on here. I kind of expected a little bit more maybe vegetable going on in here. I was hoping for some kimchi fermented flavor, you know, something just a little bit funky like that, but I'm not really picking it up. But it's just a very nice salty umami broth, and that's perfectly fine. I think it tastes about as good as Nongshim Shin. I don't think it's quite as good as Paldo's other product, Namja. And while it is good but largely unremarkable in flavor, the one thing I do want to point out about this one that makes me want to recommend it a little bit more than Shin is the abundance of vegetables in the flake packet. Some of them have settled to the bottom here, but when I was cooking, when I poured the packet in, I noticed that there's a really good amount of mushrooms, soy protein, green onions, all the good stuff that you would come to expect from this soup. And it's a lot better than what you get in other varieties that are similar. So from a flavor perspective, I would give it a 7 out of 10, except the flake packet is really good, and that's worth an extra half point for me. So I'm going to score this Paldo Hua Ramyun at a 7.5 out of 10. All right, I am really glad I put a small dent in my pile of older Korean noodles. I gotta say, this one is pretty good. The broth flavor is nice, the flake packet is really nice, and if you're a fan of other soups of this style, you're probably gonna wanna try this one and see where it ranks for you. Paldo doesn't usually disappoint me, so this is a nice alternative to stuff like Shin and Jin with some really strong soy and mushroom flavor that I'm enjoying. So if you like the medium spiced Korean soups as much as I do, give this one a try and I think you'll like it. And that's it for now. If you have a favorite shin-style soup that I haven't reviewed yet, let me know in the comments. And if you try this one, let me know your thoughts. Where does it rank for you? I will be back with another review soon, so please join me then if you want to continue on this noodle journey with me.